this video, I think it's a safe bet that you've played Dead by Daylight. And while there are countless experienced gamers that I've met and have had great conversations with, I'd like to take us back to the beginning, when we first downloaded this game. I talked to a bunch of Dead by Daylight players with various experience levels and asked them to talk about their first impressions of the game. Side note, if you would like to be part of these videos, feel free to join the Discord linked in the description below. I love talking to new people, and all are welcome to be interviewed as long as you're willing to do it over call. Okay, back to video.
It was free for PlayStation Plus.
I don't know, really.
I'd finally gotten a computer that could run Dead by Daylight.
My friends got me into the game.
It popped up on Steam.
Started off watching, there's a YouTube channel, I think his name is Bricky, I don't watch him anymore.
Seeing it come up on Twitch just randomly, and thought, I wonder if I could do this myself, like see if I can actually play this game.
Seeing a lot of people enjoying it, I say enjoying it in quotation marks.
It popped up on my YouTube feed like one day.
My friends.
My ex-girlfriend.
Just Singularity's design.
It was unusual.
My group of friends.
Content creator?
My friend.
My friends have been like super into the game.
Funny party game with friends.
I just thought it looked cool, so...
My Minecraft.
I love my daughter.
I kind of flip-flopped between playing only Survivor for the first couple months, and then played only Killer.
Oh, Killer, 100%.
Started out as Killer.
As a Survivor, mostly.
I played both.
Oh, Killer.
Primarily Killer.
Oh, absolutely started out as a killer.
Killer?
Survivor, man.
Killer.
I basically played exclusively Survivor with my friends.
Survivor.
Mostly Survivor.
I started as both.
A Survivor.
I started out as a killer.
Okay, and that's pretty much what I've been staying with.
Really just the fact that I've known about the game for years.
When I first started, I had a bit of an edge compared to everybody who first started because I had been following the game since it came out in 2017.
It's just that I was playing a Survivor. I saved to one of the survivors who was almost dying when the gates were open. I was like, okay, I'll sacrifice myself, but I saved this guy. And eventually, this guy has found me on Discord, and we actually became good friends.
I played at a time where there wasn't really looping. You just kind of ran and hoped.
The graphics quality at the time was quite, like when I first started playing, was quite different to what I'd actually experienced in anything else.
What shocked me the most was how viable more of the characters and the killers and the strategies felt early on.
One of the first times one of the first games I played, immediately got into a toxic SWF, so that was fun.
Yeah, now I got tunneled the first 5 games I played, so that was certainly something.
I hated it.
It was just kind of like how nice a lot of people were.
I think a very interesting initial impression I had was I thought the game would be a lot, I guess, more scary than it is.
That it was so incredibly unbalanced on both sides.
At first, it was scary. It was an actual scary game. Unbalanced as hell, but...
The initial impressions that I got from this game was of two things. One, at first, it was going to be, after playing it, obviously, for the first few hours, it was just going to be full scare fest that I'm not going to know what I'm going to do. I need to hide away from the killer. But I also had a second thought in mind because I did see 1 or 2 videos about the game before, and I thought if I had more experience in this game, it might just turn into like a little silly game that I can just mess around with.
I didn't understand how items worked. I didn't even know I could equip perks. None of the like charms and everything. So I think it's like very fond memories and almost somewhat nostalgic to like know like how far I've come, if that makes sense.
It's a little bit silly. It's incredibly easy at the start.
When I first saw the game, I was a bit disappointed with how few characters there are. Like, I think they started off with, what was it, 5 characters?
I didn't realize that, like, the killers were actual people.
Initial impressions of the game. Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago, and so I'm old and it's hard to remember. But I think the things I really enjoy were fun interactions with killers.
It's hard. I've always known everything.
That destroying all the totems counted as a
escape.
The game would kind of stay easy for killer because I thought, I'm the killer. I should be the one, in control, right?
That I felt like I had to hide.
That Dead by Daylight is meant to be played like by yourself in a room. Like you don't like there's no like in-game like talk system for a reason.
That oftentimes you don't need to really like have good perks and good builds.
People were telling me that Nurse was the most overpowered thing in the whole world, and I played like maybe 5 games. Because her was like, I'm not touching this shit again with a barge pole. This is fucking awful.
I thought there was 2 killers, and it was really confusing once I got into the game.
For some reason, I thought everyone was carrying around a lunchbox when I first saw them.
I thought it could be fun.
I thought all perks were like very minor, like who cares about a 3% speed increase? And then I kind of slowly learned how even like the most minor percentage increases can matter a lot.
Everyone was toxic.
I thought that my team could also see my scratch marks.
Yeah, that that thing of the lock offerings maybe that they affected like chest.
That I thought the killers that I recognized from like other horror movies would be the most powerful in the game.
I thought it was really boring at first because like my friends would be like, oh, so you have to do 5 gens and like run from the killer. I'm like, who the fuck would want to play this game?
That, like, doing the generators is the most important thing.
The exposed status effect. I think that's a pretty common one, but yes, the exposed status effect. I thought it revealed the location.
I still don't even know most of the survivor items, so like...
Well, I didn't understand that tunneling was not an actual feature, and so I was disappointed to find out that clowns cannot actually dig under the ground to chase survivors.
I don't think I had any misconceptions about the game. The game is pretty straightforward. It's I'm gonna murder you, and you're gonna try to run away. I think I pretty much got that pretty down.
The thrill of the chase.
I mean, for a while, me and like my entire friend group, we played the game together. Once they stopped, I mean, I'd kind of consider just dropping the game, but I decided one day to make the mistake of playing twins, and I ran into you.
My goal to achieve at least 2 B100.
I invested so much money into it at one point. I was like, well, crap, I guess I can't give up on this.
Just the uniqueness of different characters, like the replayability of being able to play someone who goes really fast and can down people really quickly to someone who stalks their prey and sort of is hard to see on the survivor end.
Unlocking new stuff, wanting to try new stuff.
I was thinking about like stop playing for a while, but then Night came out, and then Night was really. I found Night fun, so then I kept playing.
It was just kind of fun playing around with my friends, messing around, all that stuff.
I hate myself.
So a part of me is like, I like playing the weirdo characters, like the characters that no one cares about and likes.
I guess by the variety the game has, the maps, the perks, the killers, I don't stick with one usually. I usually just have my go-to, my main. But then I either play around with other killers because I think they're interesting and I want to level them up.
Way back when all my friends quit, I didn't play. The only thing that brought me back was that's a tough subject, but I came back for them.
I just enjoy the game, but to be honest, I don't have like a particular thing. It's the only game that I actually play, so I guess that's the reason.
Just honestly, the mass amount of knowledge that is available to you, because even with playing Survivor, there's still like a whole completely different game in Killer.
I have a lovely friend group who I do Survival with Friends with. It's really fun. I enjoy the game as like a distraction.
Getting better at the game. Really, I really do like just improving at things in general. Getting more knowledgeable about the game as well.
I guess just the satisfaction of winning games.
Yeah, I guess just the gameplay loop of just playing survivors, sorting them, watching them struggle. It's kind of fun.
Probably meeting you and just like other friends and stuff, but also
I love my daughter more than life itself. And so I played with her because it was awesome to play with her and her friends. That's why. I really enjoy hanging out in the game with like playing in a Swift with my daughter and her little friends who are adorable.
Wonderful,
And
amazing friends.
wonderful, amazing friends.
Yes.
Whom
Oh.
I'm not going to rank order.
Oh.
But I will mention Nia by name.
There isn't really any sort of lesson to be drawn from this type of question, because being a new survivor or killer is a unique experience for everyone. These videos are a blast to make, and I have a lot more planned for the future. So again, if it's something you're interested in participating in, you are welcome.